As I sat down to prepare this, it was Thursday, March 12th, one of the worst days in stock market history had just occurred. So where do I begin? Well, maybe with a quick quote from Vince Lombardi. He once said, "The darkest moments of our lives are not to be buried and forgotten. Rather, they are a memory to be called upon for inspiration to remind us of the unrelenting human spirit and our capacity to overcome the intolerable." Overcoming the intolerable. Well, that's sort of what it feels like we're trying to do right now, isn't it? It's not lost on me the level of panic and anxiety that is present in our world at the moment. I don't think you'd be human if you weren't impacted on some level by the headlines, the movements in the market, and the fear of the unknown. We are facing the spread of an illness that, to some extent, has a very real impact on people's lives, their day-to-day habits, and the overall economy. At the same time, we are seeing a battle at the global level over oil production and pricing. The extent of the impact of these things is not yet known, but will make itself clear in the days, weeks, and months ahead. However, I believe resolutely that we will come out stronger on the other side when it all subsides. Jack Bogle, the founder of the financial firm Vanguard and a very astute investor, once said, "Your success in investing will depend in part on your character and guts, and in part on your ability to realize at the height of exuberance and the depth of despair that this too shall pass." I understand that we are always quick to assume that during volatile events, this time it's different, but rarely, if ever, has that actually been the case. The stock market's decline has gathered momentum of late, to the delight of financial journalism, which seems to be turning it into a cataclysm for the ages. Please permit me to doubt this. To me, the current market environment seems more consistent with the latter stages of a decline. In these latter stages, economic and financial fundamentals tend to matter less and less, and the decline begins feeding on itself. What happens? More and more people panic simply because more and more people are panicking. While this is certainly not me predicting the end of this, or timing the eventual moment that it burns itself out, it does feel to me as if we're getting a lot closer to a bottom than to the previous top. But never forget, our decision-making process remains the same throughout. First, your goals, second, the plan, and third, the portfolio. We're guided in this by history, not by headlines. I understand the role and responsibility that comes with trusting in our team to help guide you on your journey towards your personal and financial goals. We take that job very seriously, and never is there a more important time to be working with an advisor than right now and in times of fear and market disruption. You must remember, we have a plan. It was the basis for all that we've done together. It was built to survive temporary, even if potentially historic and sudden downturns in the market. And I assure you that your plan is doing exactly what we designed for it to do for you. I also want to make sure you understand that this downturn may present many of you a chance to buy equities and stocks at what might become historic lows, and prices that we do not see again for some time. Understand that's not a recommendation to do so, as much as it's a reminder that successful investors should always be attempting to buy low and sell high. I'll leave you with one last set of statistical facts about the market since 1980, according to JP Morgan Asset Management. The S&P 500 averages at least a 114% drop a year. That's an average. Some years more, some years less. In 2019, the S&P fell 7%. In 2018, it fell 20%. On average, there's a drawdown in the markets of at least 20% every 5 years. And through 2020, since 1980, it's happened 8 times. But remember, markets rise and end positive 3 out of every 4 years. And over long periods, stock market returns significantly beat inflation. And once again, selling low and buying high never works. As we always say, do not make important decisions on investing or most other things in life based on pure emotion or fear. When the markets get tough, remember what we ask. Turn off the TV, put down the paper, turn off the computer, and just call us. Be healthy, be safe, and remember we are with you every step of the way.